For me, sport is all about color. By now, you guys know it. Something that I will say is an extremely important accomplishment. They were off color. It was as if they did not have a thought or a plan B. Hello and welcome to Cricket Nostalgia. I was thinking, what should I tell you? Because my team was suggesting that I should go back in time and tell you a couple of funny stories. Now, when you think of funny stories, you also think of Indian cricket and intrigue. You think of machinations. You think of politics. You think of behind-the-scenes play. You think of all of that. And let me take you today. Let me take you today to the 1930s. The 1930s, when Indian cricket was about to make its debut in England for the first time, 32, the first official tour. And it was literally a competition going on between two patrons. The Maharaj Kumar of Vizianagram, better known as Vizi, who eventually captained the team in 36, and the Maharaja of Patiala, who was the other leading patron. So it was almost these two guys fighting for honours. So the Maharaja of Patiala had pipped Vizi to becoming the more dominant patron, and he would have been easily appointed the captain. He withdrew, and he then, the Maharaja of Porbandar, who was almost his nominee, became the captain. Soon after, Vizi, who was given the position of deputy vice captain, decided to withdraw from the tour as well. And it was almost like a musical chairs. If Patiala does something, Vizi will do something. Just to digress, in 1936, when Vizi went to England as captain, do you know how many bags he carried? 200 suitcases. And there was one fellow who used to sleep on his door so that people did not go in. He had no idea how much clothes, what happens if you carry 200 bags, right? Somebody could have just taken stuff. So one person would be on his door literally 24/7 guarding the amount of stuff that Vizi had taken. But now let's give you some ideas as to what is going on. When the Indians landed in the UK, 1st of March, the London Times had this fascinating article which said 18 men speak 10 languages. And then they went on to say that, the difference of India is such that somebody, despite the cold, can come out even bare-chested. Someone coming from Jammu and Kashmir. But someone will even wear a couple of pullovers because he comes from the south or from the east where it is not cold. So they were talking about the diversity of India. They said some people go to bed at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock while some others don't even sleep on time. That was the diversity of India on display in England. And then fast forward as we move to the test match, the first half an hour of play, England reduced to 19 for 3. Yes, you heard it right. 19 for 3, thanks to some fantastic bowling by Amar Singh and Nisar and some excellent fielding by Lal Singh. Holmes, Sutcliffe and Woolley all out. The Birmingham Post commented, 24,000 people present were literally shocked seeing the kind of display put on by the Indians. Yes, they lost the match by a significant margin, but Douglas Jardine of Bodyline fame, who was captaining the MCC at that point, said India will become a force to reckon with in the next decade or so. What an incredible tour it was. CK Nayudu, who captained the team eventually thanks to some good sense which prevailed in the Maharaja of Porbandar's mind. CK Nayudu was named Black Bradman by Wisden the next year and was also named Wisden Cricketer of the Year. He was one of the early stalwarts of the game. Imagine if CK Nayudu was part of an IPL auction which is just around the corner, how much he would have fetched. I can bet my bottom dollar he would have beaten every possible all-rounder. A 15-16 crore bid would have been justified for Colonel Nayudu. Story doesn't end there. Story absolutely doesn't end there for the 1932 tour. Yes, India lost. Like I told you, Douglas Jardine made that incredible prediction about India that 10 years and this team will become a force to reckon with. Punch published a set of cartoons on the Indian players. What is interesting, I have a personal story. When I was a doctoral researcher in England, one day I got a call from an auctioneer, and that auctioneer told me, I've got this trunk. Do you want to come and take a look? Do you want to come and take a look at some of the possessions of this trunk? So I go there, and believe me, the first letter that I pulled out from the trunk read that we have figured out a way to stop Bradman. I want to discuss with you. Come and meet me. And it was signed Douglas Jardine. The trunk belonged to a certain Duleep Singh Ji. I obviously could not buy it because I did not have money, so I have no idea where that material now is. But why on earth would Duleep Singh Ji not play for India at that point in time? Why did Ranji not allow him to don Indian colours? These are questions which can never be conclusively answered in the annals of Indian cricket. As nostalgia, we will present to you some of the greatest, some of the best photographs and greatest artifacts coming out from this particular tour. And like I said, it was a tour which started on what day? That's the last part. It started on the 25th of June. What day did you win the World Cup? 25th of June. 25th June 32 to 25th June 83. With a 25th June 42 all out in 74, Indian cricket has seen it all. That is what I wanted to tell you today as part of our sport nostalgia. Many such stories, many such tours decoded as part of this particular show on our platform Revsportz. Keep watching, and I will be back soon with more on Indian cricket. For me, sport is all about color. By now, you guys know it. Something that I will say is an extremely important accomplishment. They were off color. It was as if they did not have a thought or a plan B.